Right, Mishki, you going to come and join in? We're just going to start standing, rubbing into the palms of the hands, drawing the fingers away so it gets nice and warm in the heart of the hands. So I like to lick mine, I've just got these smooth hands. So as we move through spring, and what a glorious spring day it is today, I'm looking out the window. Iris, my 8-year-old, is in a bikini, and Honor, from 2 doors along, is in a swimsuit. And they're kind of wearing wellies and Crocs. So goodness knows how that's going to pan out. I think Elsa, another girl from another house, has got a water pistol, and that's what is going to be happening. Anywho, so as we go through these glorious spring days and sunshine and yet chilliness, we move through the seasons in turn. And so we're now, as it were, in the peak of springtime. This is the summertime of spring. And so let's just work a little bit more into the hearts of the hands, building warmth in the heart of the hands. And then we're just going to place right hand here on the liver, on this right side. I'm not mirroring. And then other hand on top. Relax the shoulders. You can close your eyes or just soften the gaze and imagine that you're looking from the back of your head. So the feet are comfortably hip shoulder width, you know, Wuji stance, that stance of embracing the void. I'll tell you more about that, maybe today, but maybe another time. And soften the ankles, the knees, the hips, just let go of the muscles around the hips. Good. And then just starting to breathe in and out of the nose. And you're going to breathe, take a nice big breath in, and then breathe out of the mouth. Nice big breath into the liver, welcoming in the essence of spring day. And then a nice big breath out. Breathing all the way in. And all the way out. As if it's been a stressful week, a stressful day, in that exhale, you can just comfortably and reliably just lay to rest, lay aside any stress, any tiredness, as if it was a big cloak and you've just kind of swooshed it off. Good. And so continue to breathe into the belly, into the ribs. Feel the ribs expand outwards, the breadth of the ribs as much as out to the front, sideways. Breathe into your armpits kind of thing. And then exhale. Breathing in. Thanks, Mishka. Are you joining? Breathing into the liver, welcoming in the sunshine, the bird song, the tulips, the daffodils, the new leaves on the horse chestnut trees, like big floppy bunches of loveliness. And then exhale, just get rid of anything that needs to flow away. So I'd like you now to imagine that the liver is going to become more and more fresh, spring green, and have a real clarity, maybe even a shine or a sheen to it, a little bit like an emerald, but one that hasn't been cut. And on the exhale, you can just get rid of any discoloration, any toxicity, any frustration, anything like that that you feel could clog or get in your way or just obscure a wonderful, huge, vast perspective on your life. And so we're welcoming in clarity of vision, a far horizon line, a lovely overarching skyness of clarity. And we're just exhaling all of the things that might obscure that. Drag us down, get us just looking around at our feet, kind of stirring around in all of the problems that could just suck us in. Good. And then from here, just take a nice big stretch. Bring the hands all the way down. I'm just going to step the feet a little bit wider for standing cat-cow. So we're going to stretch the thumbs to the inside, fingers to the outside. So we open this detox point here in the large intestine meridian. This is called Hegu, and it's at the base of the index finger. Actually, what you can do is just work in on one side with the index finger. Might be a bit pokey and a bit sore, and then working on the other side. Just at the base of the index finger, one side might feel tender, other side might feel fine. So my side, this today is feeling quite tender. So this for me is my ascending colon coming up. Aha, there we go. Lovely. So on your exhale, let's just start to tuck in the chin, round the back, tuck the tail, and then inhale, untuck the tail. Draw those elbows back, take the gaze up. Exhale, round the back, navel hugging up to support that. And then inhale, open through the chest. So as well as moving through the spine, revisiting the fluency of water of wintertime, we're also opening the chest and working with the element of fire, that of the heart, that of summertime. Exhaling, inhaling, moving through the spine in a way that feels really good for you. No one's looking, you're in your own home. If you want to really move and exaggerate the movements in whatever way feels good, then go for it. Just keep moving through the spine, flushing energy all the way up the spine, all the way out. Finding that mobility through each of the spinal bones, the vertebra, through the ropes of muscle along each side of the spine, making this the last one. And then just relax all the way down. And then slowly unfurl, coming all the way up, stepping the feet to hip width, and then just winging the arms out, coming into a nice forward fold. Hands down, could be the shins, could be the mat, wherever feels good. And then inhale, come into a nice halfway lift. Hands can be on your shins, on the floor, whatever feels nice just now. And then exhale, melt down. Hugging the navel up towards the spine. Inhale, just do another half lift. Look along, and then exhale, melt down. And then slowly unfurl. Drop the weight into the heels. Steadily come all the way up, vertebra by vertebra. Take the hands up, lift the gaze up. Exhale. Just tucking in the chin and rolling through those shoulders. We'll do one more. Nice big breath in. I will let you out, Mishka. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. We're going to do a couple of half lifts. Exhale, melt down. Just to really get that stretch in and around the hamstrings, the sit bones, the glutes. Lovely. Exhale, drop the weight into the feet and then unfold all the way up. Bring the hands down. And we're just going to bring the knees together, hands on the knees, and circle 8 times through the ankles and the knees. One way, and then change direction and do the same on the other side. Just counting in your own time. So now I'm 1, 2, other direction, 3, 4. I know, 5, 6. You really wanted to come in, Bella, and now you're like, what am I doing here? Now what we're going to do is just tuck the thumbs in behind the head of the femur. If you rock the hips from side to side, you should feel that. It's like a little divot in. And it's this point here on the hip that when you poke in, it feels quite tender. This is a great point for relieving sciatica. I will let you out, Bella. There you go. Don't come back in. Okay, I'm going to shut the door. So circling the hips now, 8 times one way. And these are just basic Qigong warm-ups for the ankles, for the knees, for the hips. But if you've been sat at a desk today, it's just really nice just to free up the body. But, standing. So now 8 circles the other way. Lovely. Wonderful. So we're going to do a pumping Bhastrika breath now, just to get the energy flowing. This is a detoxifying pranayama. We're going to do it standing, so the feet are comfortably hip width. You take the hands up. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose. So this is a good thing about doing things in your own home. Make sure you've got some tissues handy, so if it gets a bit snotty, you can just sort yourself out. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate what we're doing. Inhale, exhale. We're going to draw the elbows down to the waist, and then as if we're coughing. So just place the hand on your belly and give a little cough. You notice what happens there in the belly. It contracts back in on the bit of the cough. And I want us to really draw not only the upper part of the abs, but also the navel back towards the spine on the exhale strongly. So it's like this. So give that a little go. Really drawing back on the exhale. And when we bring the hands down, we're breathing out. And when the hands come up, we're breathing in. And we're going to do a set of 5. Then just take 1 or 2 slow, normal breaths and do this 3 times. So we're going to do 3 sets of 5. So let's give it a go. Breathing in, breathing out. Another one, breathing in, breathing out. Don't worry if you feel a little bit lightheaded. It's kind of part of the practice. But if you feel dizzy or uncomfortable or nauseous, you're just going to stop and do full yoga breath. Let's do our next set. Breathing in. Breathe in, fill the lungs, and then gently exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Last set, guys. Hands up, breathe in. Breathe in. Hold it this time. See if you can hold the breath just for whatever time feels comfortable. And then gently breathe out. So, Bhastrika breath. This is a really good detoxifying breath. If you're faffing about and you need to get something done, this is the pranayama with which to do it. It really changes our state, lifts our energy, but it lifts the energy up the body. So when we're procrastinating, we're kind of in these lower energy centers. And that, by pumping through the core of the body, it lifts the energy up into our center of resolve and getting things done, which is our Manipura chakra. So there you go. That is it. Enough in a nutshell. Let's just move a little bit further on now into some more movement. So nice big stretch up. Exhale, gentle forward fold. See how you go. Come down to a tabletop if you're feeling dizzy. Otherwise, just relax all the way down. Navel up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt down. Come all the way back up. And just bring the hands down in front of your hips. Tense your fingers as if they were claws. So this is called raising the tiger's paws. As we breathe in, we're going to curl in the fingers, starting at the little finger, ending in the thumb, and draw our paws up to our chest and then open the palms out. And then as we exhale, we press the palms up and we look up. Then inhale, make those claws again, turn them into paws, draw them back to the heart, open the palms. Exhale, press them back down. So this is about balancing the energy flow, making sure we feel really grounded and we're not off woo-woo, you know, which is an imbalance of rising energy of springtime. So make the claws into paws, come up, inhale, open the palms. Exhale, press the hands up, look up. Inhale, claws into paws, back to the heart. Exhale, down in front of the body. Good. And again, breathing in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, make sure the knees are soft. You may notice the energy. You might think, oh, I feel really in my feet now, like really grounded. I was just a bit off away with the fairies. Or you may be thinking, I feel more alert, more energized. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're just going to do the whole sequence on the inhale, all the way up. And then exhale all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Good. Inhale, take the hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt down. Slowly come all the way up. Nice big stretch. We're going to interlace the fingers. Cross the left leg over the right. Bend the knees, sit the hips down. Stretch over to the left, look down. Exhale to center, stretch over to the right. Exhale to center and just simply change legs. Okay, so you're bending at the knees, so you're really grounded. And then stretch over to the right. Breathe in, exhale to center, stretch left. Exhale, good. And then from here, stepping the feet nice and wide and into horse stance. Let's stretch through the liver meridian now. So inhale, just take the hands up, lift the toes, switch on the soles of the feet and come down to your first, it's like your first level. Good, inhale. We'll go down to level 3. So go a little deeper, level 2, if that feels okay. If any discomfort in the knees, Like my right knee at the moment has done a funny thing. I'm not sure what, so I'm not going to go too deep today. But just going as deep as feels good. Make sure that you can feel the outer edge of the feet in contact with the mat. Feel the arch of the foot nice and alert. And then just relax the shoulders, relax the face. Lean over to this right side. Inhale, turn to look along the left leg. And then exhale, trace down towards the fourth toe. Inhale, come back up the center and exhale. Good. Other side. Inhale, turn. Exhale, down the outside. Inhale, up the inside of the leg and back to center. One more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Turning, going down, back up and back. Good. And then from here, just turning the feet ready for Trikonasana. So right foot pointing the short back edge of the mat. We're going to tuck in the toes on that back left leg. Draw the hip back, reach up with that right hand, drawing the whole of this underside nice and open. So we don't want to kind of crunch down into this waistline. We want to keep drawing this right hip back. In fact, you can take that left hand and see if you can tuck and draw that right hip back a little bit more as you reach forward. And then just allow the hand to come down wherever it feels good. It could be onto your leg, it could be onto a block or a brick. Popping the top hand down and then inhale, opening all the way up. Elbow, wrist, palm. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears, keeping it soft through all of the joints, the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders. Nice and long in the back of the neck. Breathing here. So just a few more breaths, just finding that anchoring, that foundation through the feet, that lovely openness in the chest, softness in the knees, strength in the legs. And then looking down at the foot, coming all the way up. We're just going to immediately come into triangle posture, other side. Nice big stretch up. Exhale, reaching down. And then from here, just opening all the way up, softly fixing the gaze, and then just softening the gaze, looking from the back of the head. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, looking down at the front foot, coming all the way up. And just coming now into warrior two. We're going to bend into this front knee, angle the back foot away. So essentially, you've windmilled the toes out, and you're wiggling this back foot away. So now the legs are a good long leg length apart. The shoulders are above the hips, and you're extending the arms out. Check this back shoulder isn't twisting forwards. We want the trunk to be nice and straight. So looking at the middle finger and then imagining that you're looking at the back of the head, at the middle finger of the back hand. See if you can go a little deeper into that front leg, as if you're stretching the mat between the feet. Breathing here, nice long breath in, nice long breath out. Sliding the rear arm down the back leg, stretch that front arm up, keep the front knee bent. Lovely. And then exhale, just pop the hand onto the thigh, bring the rear arm over or under and down, you know, whatever it feels good to come into side angle stretch. So the navel's hugging back. We're rotating the chest upwards so we can easily look up to the downturned palm. Breathing in, breathing out. And I'm noticing I've been doing a bit of planting today and I've got all bits of soil up on my arm. So where the soil was above my gardening gloves. Good. And then just coming all the way over to the other side. So now into warrior two, to the short front edge of the mat. And just again, gaze to the middle finger of the front hand, front knee above the ankle, outer edge of the back foot, gently squeezing into the mat. And then soften the shoulders and imagine you're looking at the back of the head at the middle finger of the back hand. Breathing here. Strong back leg. And then coming into peaceful warrior, just sliding the rear arm down as you stretch up with the front arm. Exhale, just popping the hand onto the thigh and the rear arm coming into side angle stretch. Soften around the shoulders. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Remembering we've got this point here at the top of the shoulders, the gallbladder point, shoulder well. And this helps our energy stay down and rooted. So if it's been a week of high energy or high stress, and you've got more and more out or disassociated from your body, This is a point we really want to work with. Bring it back into the present moment. Lovely. And then from here, we're just going to walk hand over hand over to this right leg. Angle, that left foot. So it's right angles to the long edge of the mat. Bend into that right knee and then change sides. If it's feeling too deep, you can just do this at waist height. You know, this is also good. We're just working with the liver meridian here. Lovely. So just a couple of times to each side. Just going to do a little time check. There we go. And then from here, just turning both of the feet to the long edge of the mat, ready for a wide leg forward fold. So the outer edges of the feet are parallel. We're just going to come up onto the fingertips, look ahead, and then softly draw the chest towards the thighs, walking the hands back as we go. Tuck the elbows in above the wrist, shoulder blades down the back. And then bring the weight from the heels to be more balanced in the front of the foot towards the big, you know, the balls of the feet. So it's not just in the heels, but you're sharing the weight between the top of the foot or the, and the heel, you know. Well, not the top of the foot, you know, the kind of, it's hard to say, is it the front of the foot? The upper foot? But it's not. It's none of the stuff open to the air. It's basically the ball of the foot. Lovely. So lift the sit bones a little bit more, soften the knees, straighten the legs, you know. We don't want to lock out the knees, but at the same time, imagine you're just about to bring the weight into your hands so you can lift up into a beautiful handstand. And then from here, just walk hand over hand towards the front edge of the mat, slide the front foot back, come into a little cheeky plank. Choose if it's a knees down plank, definitely knees down for at least a couple of you, shoulder blades down the back, and then stretch into the heels if the knees are lifted. If the knees are on the mat, you're really going to lengthen the tailbone, draw up through the belt channel, draw the navel towards the spine, pop the knees down, relax the toes, just ease into a well-deserved upward dog, knees down, nice and relaxing, and then hinge back into child's pose. And just do a couple of these little moon flows just to flush through the spine once again. And so we balance out, you know, the high energy of gorgeous springtime with a little bit of restorative, watery flow. And then from here, we're simply going to come to tuck the toes and lift up, okay? So a little bit more work with the heart. Just place one hand on the lower back, press forward, lift the other hand up, and then change. So we bend the knees, the hips go low, and we change hands. So this is option one. This may feel more than enough. Option two, what you're going to do, instead of popping the hand on the lower back, you can put your hand on your heel and then lift up from here. So whatever feels good. Just moving from side to side, getting that lovely sideways movement in. If the hands are on the heels, you can accentuate that a little bit more. Gallbladder meridian. Good. And then from here, simply coming into child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching, bringing the forehead down. It could be into your hands, it could be onto the mat, whatever feels good, and just relaxing and breathing into the sides of the ribs, into your armpits, into the back of the neck. And then just allowing the weight of the body to relax down into the mat. Just let go. Breathing in and breathing out. Wonderful. Coming up to all fours. And then we're just going to finish with a couple of postures. Got a couple of minutes. So we're just going to do threading the needle because, you know, if you guys have been sat at a desk, you can just get really, you know, tight in the upper shoulders. And we want to really have lovely, loose, you know, nice softness there. So just opening up, elbow, wrist, palm. Doesn't matter which hand, whichever hand is easiest. And then thread it all the way through. Inhale, open up and thread through again. Make sure that whichever is the non-threading supportive arm, that the elbow is up above the wrist. It hasn't flopped down towards the mat. You made a little right angle there. And then inhale, unthread and then back to all fours. We'll do the same on the other side, just a couple of threads. So opening up through each of the joints, nice and slow, nice and steady, and then thread it all the way through, navel hugging back towards the spine. And again, opening up and threading it through. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Make sure the shoulder is away from the ears of that lower threaded arm. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, unthread. And then back to all fours. And we're just going to come onto our backs, hug the knees and rock from side to side. Hands on the knees, circling around the lower back. A couple of slow circles one way. And then just changing direction. Popping the feet down, hip width, arms by your sides, tuck the tail, roll all the way up. A little flowing back bend, lift the heels, roll all the way down. Just do a little bit more of this soothing of the spine. And then choosing how you'd like to finish. If you'd like to just come up and hold a back bend, for example, and just really focus on the heart being open. If you'd like to come into a gentle inversion, taking the legs up, crossing the ankles. To work more with the heart, you can just take the arms above the head or out to the sides to really open that part of the body. Or you're welcome to come into a twist. So choosing what feels good. You know, where's the joy? What's going to feel really delicious? And so when we work with fire energy, it's very much about connection. It's very much about finding the fun and the joy and the loveliness in things. And so inviting that right in this very moment, whatever it is that's going to float your boat. And then when you've done that, we'll just spend a moment just lengthening the body out on the mat. Just a wonderfully short but equally lovely Shavasana. So we take the feet towards the corners of the mat. Just put a little extra layer on. We're going to move into our pranayama and our meditation after this. So put a little extra layer on if you need it. And just in this very simple posture, Shavasana, it's like, just letting the weight of the feet, the lower legs, relax into the mat, the knees, the thighs, coming up into the hips, just allowing the full weight of the pelvis to relax. And then coming up through the spine. Noticing the lower back, just releasing the lower back. And at the same time, releasing the front of the hip, you know, the front of the hips, the hip bones, the front of the pelvis. It's like, yeah. Just relaxing around the waist, the mid-back and the whole of the ribs, becoming aware of the whole of the chest. Relaxing the weight of the head into the mat. Relaxing from the shoulders all the way down each arm. Relaxing all of the fingers and thumbs and the hands. Relaxing the eyes.